Hi there guys, in this video we're going to have a look at the Federal Dropship. Now the Federal Dropship has been in the game for a long time. I think a while back it was a lot more expensive and it got a price cut. It's still kind of not a very favoured ship. I think the main reason is because it's very poor manoeuvrability for this size ship. However, it has got a lot of armour, so when the shields go down, the ship does actually carry on fighting. I think also the modules are pretty well protected, so it means this ship can carry on when the shields are down. For this size ship, the shields are kind of a little bit on the weak side. Anyway guys, let's have a look at this ship, which is costing just under 14 million, which is not a cheap ship in any respect. I think if I remember it was something like 50 million or something. Anyway, so the cockpit wise, we have these two kind of like handlebars on the left and right, which shouldn't cause too much problems. On the left, our view is a bit more blocked, and on the right it's kind of the same again. It doesn't look like we've got space for another chair, so no other player potentially. So let's have a look at outfitting. Now again, we have a very strange thing. We have utility mounts first. So we have 4 utility mounts for our kill warrant scanners, our shield boosters example. Next we have strangely listed 2 mediums, followed by a large hardpoint, and then 2 more mediums. So we got 5 guns in total. I'm just going to fit some weapons in so I can show you where the hardpoints are later. But it looks like we have a pair of mediums on the underside, a large hardpoint on the underside also. And then on the left and right sides, I think we have a pair of medium hardpoints there. Internally, we have our normal armour as on every other ship. Power plant, we have up to 25.2, so potentially that should be enough power for whatever you need. Thrusters, like I said, that's one of the bad things of the ship, is its very poor manoeuvrability. Which if it's in combat is going to make it struggle a lot. You could supplement that by having turrets instead of gimbaled weapons, but usually I prefer myself is to get the ship facing the direction rather than rely on turrets. I don't get on with turrets particularly much because I find they miss a lot of the times and they're not particularly good at tracking things. As for our frameshift drive, at the top we have is an A5, which is only going to give us a maximum of 15.4, which is pretty poor. Like I said, if you start putting cargo in, that's going to come down. Potentially, I suppose you might be able to get that up to about 16, but 15, just under 15.5 light years is pretty poor. So this ship is not suited for exploration. Now onto our internal points. We have a class 6 slot, we have 2 class 5 slots, we have a single class 4, we have 2 class 3s, and we have a single class 2 slot. So we do have a bit of a range of internal compartments. You could potentially use this as a trade ship as such, but it's not going to be that great in some respects. It's going to feel quite a sluggish ship anyway because of its manoeuvrability. For combat wise, 5 hardpoints isn't bad, but you're going to probably be relying on turrets to hit targets rather than yourself because this whole ship is quite a slow mover. The jump drive range is going to affect its exploration. So all in all, this ship, I can see why it does get a bit of a harsh kind of rep. So let's have a look at the external of the ship this time. For some reason the camera's going underneath the ship. So externally, the ship is kind of like a, what would you say, like a kind of like a sort of square box with a funnel in the front. So it's not a very exciting looking ship. Obviously with a few wings sticking out of it. So let's have a look at these hard points and try and work out where they are.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
So I do find these two kind of handlebars on the cockpit a bit annoying. Speed wise, we're getting about 180 with a boost of 300-ish. So it's a little bit sluggish in that respect also. Now the hard points, we got, like I said, 4 mediums and 1 large. The large being on the underside. Let's see if I can get enough light on. If I can actually find the ship. Now, if I remember, there was a set on the left of my wings. So yeah, I think you can just about see it underneath that wing. It's kind of hard to show. Can't get kind of close enough with the camera. Probably you can just see in about the centre of the screen there's 4 dots. That's one of the set of hard points. So then we have another set on the underside. As you can see, there's 2 more mediums. And then I think that's our large hard point, which is a bit more towards the front. So all in all, I would say combat wise this ship is going to struggle somewhat. The hard points are in an okay position. However, you're probably going to have to fit turrets because of where they are and how slow the ship turns. For trading, you could potentially do some, but it's not going to be that great. It's going to be okay, but you're probably going to be looking at something else pretty quickly. For exploration, I would say it's pretty poor. I would not recommend it at all for exploration. So all in all, it's kind of a bit of a poor ship. I think it could probably do with a bit of a speed to its, bit of boost to its manoeuvrability to make the ship a bit more feasible. Anyway, guys, that is this ship. Take care and have fun out there.